Welcome to this episode of 427 Motorsports, where I'll be talking about something that I have absolutely no idea about. Well, I put up an Instagram poll and asked, would you like to see a video on our BMW Airheads? And most of you voted no. But I wanted to, so I'm doing it anyway. You asked, or I asked for it, you didn't want it, so here it is. So we're used to normally four-wheeled things here at 427 Motorsports, and we do have an interest, I have to say, in two-wheeled things. Now personally, I don't really, but I do appreciate them. And because of that, for some reason I have a real affliction for the old BMWs, so here we are. Now I have absolutely no idea what I'm talking about when it comes to motorbikes and BMWs in general. Even the cars I have a rough idea, but the bikes, really not a clue, so you're gonna have to bear with me on this one, but I wanted to show them to you. So we got these two bikes about, I want to say about a year ago. I can't really remember when, but I do know the world was in a better place than it is now, so it's at least a year ago. And we got them from a friend of mine who had actually bought a car from before. And when we were there looking at the car, he was showing us around, and we met his father and he showed us around, and we saw these two bikes. And normally I have no interest in bikes really, but my dad has a big interest in bikes, and especially BMW BOXERs, because he had one years ago before I was even in his head, either head. So yes, loveliest people you'll ever meet, and if you're watching, hello. And sorry about this bike because it doesn't look great right now. But anyway, so one of the bikes, the maroon one in the background, belonged to his grandfather, and this one belonged to a family friend or something, I'm not sure. But either way, eventually did the deal on the two bikes, and much like ourselves, they cared more about that than the monetary value, and as such we took them home and we made sure they went to a good home. So first of all, we tore into the one in the background. Now this is a BMW R80 RT. I am not sure what year it is, don't ask me, but I do know that it's been painted Volkswagen Gambia red, the same colour as my maroon Golf, because we had some paint left over when I painted it. It was originally a sort of, I think it's a Ford Probe colour that it was before. There was a Ford paint coat on it, but the Gambia red was close enough, so we thought, just stick it on, it'll be grand. So we stripped it down and gave it a full rebuild from the ground up, and it hadn't ran for a very long time. It was parked up for ages, and sure enough, once we stripped it down and built it back up again, it fired right up. Like, it was perfect. It was as if it had been turned off yesterday, you know. And yeah, so it's all finished now. Now they're both of these bikes are ex-police bikes, which means they have a couple of extra features that normal bikes wouldn't have had, and as my brother says, it meant that the wiring loom is probably completely butchered into crap, but once you strip all of the crap away, it's a pretty good bike. So this means that on the tank, I can't actually see it from here, but I'm pretty sure there is, on the tank there's an extra flap which they would have put things into, and then there would have been some speakers for the walkie-talkies and stuff like that. So a couple of extra wee features that normal bikes wouldn't have had. I don't really know a lot about it myself, but that's what they would have had. And they probably wouldn't have seen that much use in this country, to be honest, motorbikes realistically. So now the bike is bog standard, really, bog standard police spec, which is pretty cool because on the tax book when we sent away for it, it said the previous owner was the traffic branch or whatever, which is pretty cool. So it seems to have been well looked after, but there's no modifications on it really. It has the two spotlights on the front. I convinced them to go for the yellow tint because I think it ran really well with the colour of the bike. And then we just did gold pinstriping around the side and redid all the stickers and put some badges on. And it's a really, really tidy bike, to be honest. Kind of running out of things to say about it really, because I don't know what I'm talking about. This one here is the one we're actually working on at the minute, and the reason that I'm covered in dust and old clothes, because I thought I'll throw a video together and get something up, you know. So this is an R87, which is an older bike, but I believe it's the last year that they were made. And because it's the changeover year, so whenever we go to buy parts, people say, well, it can't be that age because they didn't make them then, but I think it's a late register. So this one is going to be a bit more special. Now this one is going to be done like the bike that my dad used to have years ago, again before I was born, so it'll be painted pure white with, I think, black pinstriping around the side. Basically it will just look like an ex-police bike that's never been touched really. So I've been in the process of sanding it all down. I set the stuff on for the sake of the video so it looked good and it looked more like a motorbike, but we're in the process of sanding it all down to then paint it. Now both of the bikes, one has been and one will be painted by ourselves in the shed, ghetto as you like. We're trying to show that, you know, you don't have to spend big crazy money on a bike to get a really nice presentable daily rider. It's weird saying daily rider, I'm used to saying daily driver. But yeah, it's to show you don't need to spend big money on a project to get something you can be proud of, and I think it's fair to say, looking at that, we can be proud of that. This one here was actually in worse shape when it started out, and as you can see now it's almost as good as that one, and it will be as good as that one when it's finished. So we don't really know what we're doing with them, to be honest. He is a BMW man, so we might keep them, who knows, maybe sell them, but don't know if he really wants to be honest. Once you've sunk time into something, it's a lot harder to let it go, you know. So I think the only modification really to this one has been the top box, which I believe is not standard, and I think they're called King and Queen seats, which is just a bit more comfortable, so it makes it more of a grand touring bike as opposed to, well, whatever that one is. So yeah, I'll leave you with some artsy shots of the bike, and it's about all I know really. I'll take some more videos as we go along. Once it's been painted and started to put back together, I'll do a video on it, but I guess this is just an intro to show you these are our bikes, lol. So yeah, so thanks for watching. Feel free to subscribe if you want to see more. Let us know if you want to see more of the bikes, because I don't really know anything about bikes, and you know, it's something new I guess, but we're a car channel, so maybe people want to see them. No idea, but I thought, hey, we'll throw it out there and see what people think. So thanks for watching. I've been Tom Patterson. Be sure to follow me on Instagram and subscribe to our channel. Follow Connor on Instagram as well. He's not here at the minute, but you know, this is our thing. So yeah, follow him on everything, follow me on everything, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks very much.